In this presentation, I will be starting with the issues of awareness about fungi in general public. Secondly, I'll talk about basics of fungal biology, more about technical aspects of fungal biology. Third, I will give you some examples of applications of fungi. And at the end of this my talk, I will invite questions, and you keep your questions ready, and I will be happy to answer. Let us first understand, or let us know, what do we call fungi in different Indian languages. I have chosen two languages, Kannada and Hindi. In Kannada, fungi are called Shilendra, but there are other names for fungi, like Anabe, Boost, Kasusuri, Naikodi, Asirilladu Siri. So these are the names from the dictionary, online dictionary. But please remember, fungi is called Shilindra. Mushrooms are known as Anabe, or mushrooms are called Anabe, and also known as Naikode. When it comes to usage of fungi in Hindi, it is called as Kavaka. It is also known as Kukurmuta. Kukurmuta is a word which is used to explain that when a dog goes around the garden or somewhere and pisses, then you witness the emergence of mushrooms. Therefore, mushrooms are known as Kukurmuta in Hindi. See, fungus is singular, and fungus is singular. Fungi is plural. Okay, if there is one fungus, we call it as a fungus. If there are more than one fungus, we call it as fungi. There are three different pronunciations for fungi. You can pronounce it as fungi. You can also pronounce it as fungi. Also, you can pronounce it as fungi. Depends upon the probably location of the the origin or location of the that particular person. If the person is from the UK, he will call fungi. If the person is from USA, he will call fungi. Yes, dictionary says fungus can be poisonous. Yes, fungi can be poisonous. Okay, mushrooms can be poisonous. But there are many benefits that we can derive from fungi. In this presentation, I will give you some ideas about benefits of mushrooms. For general public and for practical purposes, we can divide fungi into three groups actually. First one is mushrooms, second one is molds, third one is yeast. So what are mushrooms, what are molds, and what are yeast? That you will see in next three slides. These are mushrooms, very visible to our naked eyes. That means they are macroscopic. Next one is molds. These are microscopic and multicellular. Then comes yeast. These are unicellular, but when they divide, they become two cells. These are yeast. Recently, during COVID, second wave of COVID pandemic, fungi become very, very infamous, or they got a very bad name in the news, especially something called black fungus. These fungi, Mucor and Rhizomucus species, actually infected the patients who were recovering from COVID infection. Actually, India lost around 4,000 plus people to this fungus. I mean, it is incorrectly known as black fungus. The fungus is highland. Actually, fungus is colorless. But the symptoms caused by that particular fungus is black. Therefore, they are known as black fungus. Is incorrect usage. This also reflects the poor understanding of mycology, study of fungi in general public. Fungi are playing. Fungi play very important roles in our day-to-day life. Let me show you some slides about that. we know that fungi can cause skin infections, ringworms, athlete's foot. As I spent some first 25 years in Udupi, Karnataka in a coastal place. During monsoon, during rainy season, you get this kind of, athlete's foot or nanju. It is caused by a fungus. And you can also, you might have seen that bread is, infested with some fungi known as bread mold. Here, in next slide, you can see the actually growth of fungi on bread. What's on this slide? So the next one is the citrus fruit or orange infected by a fungus, and see how this mold or the fungus is actually infesting the fruit, orange fruit. I mean, all fungi are not harmful. There are very beneficial fungi such as mushrooms. Mushrooms are yummy, especially there are kind of mushrooms. This kind of mushroom is known as button mushrooms, which is available in rupees for 250 grams in super. You can really enjoy it. So this is one of the edible mushrooms. More about edible mushroom in coming slides later in this talk. You may be knowing that milk and milk products are affected or influenced by fungal growth. Especially when cheese is made or cheese is manufactured, they use fungi in manufacturing process. Fungi are not only found in day-to-day life. If you go to forest areas, you can find them every day. Actually, there is a small video about fungi of forests. Okay, So far, I have covered some issues about the general awareness about fungi. Now I'll go into more technical issues of biology. This section is known as, I call it as basics of fungal biology. As our tree of life has many kinds of organisms. We have plants, we have prokaryotes here, we have animals, we have mushrooms and fungi here. So fungi form a separate clade or separate group, which is different from animals. Of course, very different from plants. So fungi are very different from animals and also very different plants. So fungi are not animals, fungi are not plants, fungi are fungi. And we have evidence to suggest that fungi are closer to animals than plants. Okay, if you ask your parents or if you are somebody from your senior generation, they might have studied college of fungi in botany. Even though they studied in botany, but recent evidence suggests that fungi are closer to animals than to plants. And you may not know that the largest living organism on this earth is a fungus. And it is a Guinness Book record, actually, Guinness World Record. And it's a mushroom known as honey mushroom, Armillaria ostiae is its scientific name. It is present in United States, and is around 2,385 acres large, but it is 1 meter underground. The mushroom may be above ground, but the mycelial network is underground. This mycelial network covers around 2,385 acres, which is equivalent to 1,350 football stadiums. Okay, and this particular fungus is known to be at least 2,400 years old. So if you ask somebody, someone asks you what is the largest living organism on this earth, it is a fungus. Its name is honey mushroom, or its scientific name is Armillaria ostiae. When we talk about evolution of life on this earth, it is assumed that life originated in an aquatic system. Later on, prokaryotes inhabited the land. When it comes to eukaryotes, fungi inhabited the land even before the plants. Not only they inhabited the land, as actually fungi dominated the region. And we have evidences to suggest that there were large, tall mushrooms as tall as 8 meters tall, or giant mushrooms, were dominating the Asian world. But later on, the giant mushrooms disappeared. We still have comparatively smaller version of mushrooms. Now let us get into the technical definition of what are fungi. Fungi can be broadly defined as they are eukaryote. That means their nuclear envelope is very clear, very distinct. As they don't have chloroplastids or photosynthetic pigments, they cannot photosynthesize. They cannot convert carbon dioxide into glucose. So therefore, they are heterotrophic. That means they degrade other dead and decomposing material, and they take up they use the simpler molecules or degradation products. They are osmotrophic. Fungi are opportunistic, and they can exploit many different kind of substrates, including plastics, hydrocarbon sources like crude oil. Fungi are never amoeboid at any stage, and they always are tubular structures known as hyphae. I will give example. I'll show more details. Give more details of hyphae in coming slides. Hyphae are tubular structures, and fungi reproduce by unicellular multicellular spores. Fungi can be produced sexually and asexually, and it has had this phenomenon of pleomorphism has had effects on fungal taxonomy for the last 100 years. Fungi generally is produce haploid chromatic nuclei. Fungi do not produce flagellate cells. Mycology is the branch of science that studies. This talk is about mycology. I was talking about hyphae and mycelium. Now, if it is a fungal spore, it germinates and there is a formation of germ tube. Germ tube elongates to form a hyphae tubular structure. This kind of hyphae form a network, and that network is called mycelium. So this is the basic structure of fungus. Later on, this hyphae forms mushrooms. What are mushrooms? Mushrooms are fruiting structures of some of the fungal species. More about mushroom. This is an animation about fungal spores. You can see this is a hypha, and you can see spores here. These are reticular hypha here. There is one more animation about the spore production. This is not a virus. This is mold. It's not here. It is attached to the substratum and it is producing. And this is microscopic. Not see that it is not visible to naked eyes. Now coming to the issue of classification of, as I told you, fungi were taught in botany. Naturally, fungi were part of the kingdom Plantae, as fungi were a subkingdom under subkingdom fungi under kingdom Plantae, and this old classification included both plasmodial and non-plasmodial groups. Plasmodial were under Myxomycota and non-plasmodial were under Eumycota. Mycota was further divided in Masticomycota, Zygomycotina, Zygomycotina, Ascomycotina, Basidium. And there were some fungi which did not, which were not reported with sexual stage. So those fungi were known as anamorphs or asexual fungi. Those were grouped under Deuteromycotina. It is only for the practical purposes, but it had no taxonomic validity. In 2007, mycologists used both DNA data and morphological characters, and they redefined fungi phylogenetically. I say phylogenetically based on evolutionary characters. So this is the new classification system of fungi, described in a paper by Hibbett et al. In 2007. So in this classification system, there is a subkingdom. Fungi is a kingdom, and there is a subkingdom Dicaria, which includes Basidiomycota and Ascomycota, and there is Chloromycota and others. Traditional Chytidomycota were found to be polyphyletic. They had their ancestors in many groups. Therefore, they are Chytidomycota is used in a very restricted way. Traditional Zygomycota was found to be polyphyletic. That means their ancestors were found to be in many groups. So they were members of a traditional Zygomycota were distributed among different clades, including Glomeromycota. In present classification system, there is no Zygomycota. And there was Deuteromycetes was never a valid taxon. The new classification system, you don't find Deuteromycetes. Find the members of Deuteromycetes all over the fungi. Now you may ask me how many fungal species are. I don't know how many are there, but what I know is that we have described around 150,000 fungal species. According to some estimate, there could be at least 1.5 million species. 15 lakh species could be there on this earth. Out of 15 lakhs, we know only about 1.5 lakhs. That means remaining 90% of the fungi are to be discovered and they are to be described. So where are the missing fungi? This could be in tropical countries like India. More people, more mycologists get into this research. Coming back to the number of fungal species, could be at least 1.5 million species. That is like fungal species. Out of them, there could be at least 27,000 species of mushrooms. And out of estimated 27 species of mushrooms, we know we have already described 14,000 species of. And you might ask how many of them are edible among the 14,000 species of mushrooms that we have described. So, how many of them are edible? So, according to a recent paper, about 2,100 species mushrooms are edible. But this list is not perfect, so it will be improved as we get more evidences. Okay? But out of 14,000 plus mushroom species reported so far, only 2,100 edible mushroom species are edible. Okay. Other mushrooms, there is no evidence for the edibility of the remaining mushroom species. One should be careful because some of these mushrooms can be very poisonous. For example, Amanita. Mushroom is a big commodity in the sense it is sold in the market. Mushrooms are sold in the market. So if you look at the trends in global mushroom market, trend is that 2018 the global mushroom market was valued at 12.7 million tons. It is expected to grow by 6% per year. So by 2026, the global world is going to produce 20 million tons of mushrooms. And if you convert it into dollars, present value of the mushroom market is around US dollar 46.1 billion 2020. So it is expected to grow and it is expected to reach $150 billion in next 8 years. It's a big market, and China is number one in mushroom production, and 70% of share in mushroom production at the global level. And India is far behind, 2% contribution to the mushroom. Let me tell you about 18 popular types of edible mushrooms. This is from my website, and I am showing you the pictures of 18 different kind of edible mushrooms. For more information about these edible mushrooms, you can visit this website. These are the first 6 type of edible mushrooms: rimini, morel, shiitake, oyster mushroom, king oyster mushroom, lion's mane mushrooms, enoki mushrooms, white button mushrooms, portobello mushrooms, porcini mushrooms, maitake mushroom, matsutake mushroom, reishi mushrooms, and puffball mushrooms, unoshimiji mushroom, fuse ear, straw mushrooms, and the mushrooms. These are the 18 popular types. Fungi have been very famous as they cause very destructive plant diseases. They do cause destructive plant diseases. They result in economic losses, But fungi also collaborate with other life forms. More about it in coming slides. You can see a picture, a set of pictures about the kind of symptoms caused by fungi in plant products. But they are, in addition to their destructive behavior, they collaborate with some life form. For example, they collaborate with plant roots, and this kind of symbiosis is known as mycorrhizal relationship. In this kind of collaboration, nutrients are exchanged. There is a communication between fungus and the plant through chemical. The mycorrhiza is the symbiosis, symbiotic relationship fungus and a plant. Fungi collaborate with algae and cyanobacteria, then they are known as lichens. These are the photos of lichens. It was believed that one fungus species is called with one species of algae. It is now known that more than 1 or more than 3 more than two, fungal species are collaborating with the, algal species of culture. Lichens are known to be an indicator of, climate change because they are very sensitive. As you may know, fungi are a great source of medicines. The first antibiotic was from a fungal source. It was Alexander Fleming who accidentally discovered penicillin, and he published the discovery in a paper in 1929. He and two more researchers got the Nobel Prize. The discovery and the large-scale production of penicillin, which helped the soldiers in World War that time. The fungal culture, the fungal plate, the Fleming's penicillin producing strain is Penicillium rubens. The name of the Fleming's penicillin producing fungal strain is Penicillium rubens. Particular fungus looks like this on a prickly plate with the medium. These are the micro characters of the fungus. Penicillium rubens. The taxonomists may have an interesting way of identifying them. If you find you find many Penicillium rubens clustering together, and here you find Fleming's penicillin producing strain among them. Therefore, it is identified as Penicillium rubens. Penicillin is not the only medicine that we got from fungus. Food and Drug Administration of USA has approved many medicines from fungi. They are used to lower the cholesterol. Medicines are also used to tackle bacterial infections, for treating some terminal illness during organ transplantation. Also treat other fungal infections and for multiple sclerosis, cancer treatment, prevention of cholesterol, cancer treatment and prevention, and lowering for cholesterol, also for migraine headaches. So coming to the last part of this talk, fungi in social media. If you are interested to know more about fungi, you could actually follow the following pages. First one is Planet Fungi. Facebook page. Second one is Fantastic Fungi. Fantastic Fungi is a movie on fungi. It is available on Netflix. Please follow this page on Facebook and also watch the movie. A beautiful movie on fungi. And recently we have had the fungi film festival. I'm going to show you the trailer of that particular festival. Okay, with this, I end my talk. Thank you very much for your patience and thanks for listening. You can always email me for any queries. can visit www.nio.org if you are interested to know more about the research done at National Institute of. If you are interested to know more about my parent organization, CSIR, please go to www.csir.net.